Polygons. To introduce this, we've got another cool ant picture, and with this one he had the drops of colored water out, but some of the ants didn't stick with the same color necessarily. Here you've got an ant that's been feeding on the yellow one that's kind of moved over. Here you've got one that started out yellow and has kind of gone more to the green, so they had a little bit of both in their system. A green ant to the blue and some different ones like that. This one's really cool. You can see here he's almost half and half between the blue and yellow. So some pretty cool stuff with this artist again. So talking about polygons, first of all, what is a polygon? Poly means many. So we're talking about a many-sided figure. Polygons are many-sided figures. Let's look at a definition first. Specific types of polygons. We have a convex polygon. For convex polygons, the lines containing the sides of the polygon do not pass through the shape. If they aren't convex, then the opposite of that is a concave polygon. So let's look at this. This is a convex polygon. If I extend these lines out in any direction, so there's a line there, there's one of the sides, we'll pretend that that's actually on that side. If I extend these lines out, none of them are passing through the actual figure. They're all going beyond it. So that's a convex polygon. For concave polygons, however, the opposite is true. If I extend these lines out, it's still on the outside of the figure. But extending this line out, we're going through the figure. So because it goes through the middle of the figure, or through the figure at all, it's a concave polygon. Try these on your own. Tell whether these figures are polygons firstly. If they are, tell whether they are convex or concave. Pause your video now. Let's look at your answers. For letter A, this is a convex polygon. If you extend the lines out, they go on the outsides. The second one is a concave figure. We're going to cut through the middle of the shape. This last one is not a polygon. The reason it's not a polygon, it's not a closed figure. This endpoint here and this endpoint here are just floating off in space. So it's not a polygon. It has to be closed to be a polygon. Looking at some more definitions. Equilateral. For equilateral figures, just like in equilateral triangles, all the sides of your figure are congruent. Equiangular. Very similar. Equiangular, instead of referring to the sides like equilateral does, equiangular, we are talking about the angles inside the figure. And for equiangular, all the angles are congruent. For regular polygons, that's a convex polygon that's equilateral and equiangular. A convex polygon that is both equilateral and equiangular. So for example, an equilateral triangle is also going to be a regular polygon. All three sides are the same length. All three angles are the same, so that's a regular polygon. Look at these figures below. Classify the polygon. So is it a trapezoid? Is it a rhombus? Is it a pentagon? Name the figure by the number of sides. Then tell whether it's equilateral, equiangular, regular, or none of the above. Make sure you explain your reasoning. Pause your video now. The first figure has 3 sides, so it's a triangle. It has 2 equivalent side lengths and 2 equivalent angles, but not all 3. So therefore, none of the above are true. The next figure, we've got 2, 4, 6 sides. So a 6-sided figure is going to be a hexagon. It has equivalent angles and equivalent side lengths, so it is going to in fact be regular. The bottom figure, we have 2 different names for it. The bottom figure is a quadrilateral, another name that you can give for this figure is a rhombus. Quadrilateral or rhombus. A rhombus has to have 4 congruent side lengths to it. Quadrilaterals don't, but rhombuses do. It does have 4 equivalent side lengths, but the angles are not the same. These 2 angles are equivalent in measure, as are these 2, but the 4 angles aren't the same. So in that case, it's just going to be equilateral. Try this one on your own. Did you get 19 for your answer? If so, great job. If not, see if you can figure out your mistake. 8 problems of homework tonight. For the first 6, answer whether those are always, sometimes, or never true. For the last 2, you're going to draw a picture that represents a situation. Bring this tomorrow with you to class and we will discuss it after board work.